Hello! Welcome everyone to Prowess Goes Live. Happy Wednesday, best day of the week. Y'all know how much I love this. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited for today because it's AI, and you know that it's one of our favorite topics here at Prowess Project. We talk all the time about how the new standard of online business manager is an AI powered business manager. And hands down, we are seeing that over and over and over again. It's been wild. So today, as always, we're going to do a starter question. So when I say AI, what is the first word that comes to mind? I love doing this just to get a gauge with people. When I say AI, what is the first word that comes to mind? Put it into chat. Yes, yes, yes. Can't get enough AI content. I love it. Put into chat when I say AI, what is the first word that comes to mind? Endless opportunity. Yes, 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 yes. Scary. I get that. Overwhelming. I also get that. Excited. Oh, love it. Okay. Well, hello, everyone. I'm Ashley Connell, CEO and founder of Prowess Project. What we do here at Prowess Project is we help women pivot in their careers to be online business managers. And as they're going through our training, we're gathering hundreds of data points on skill, expertise, communication style, and use all of that data to then match them up with their ideal clients. I love that. Fun for AI. Good. And so really why we do these lives is because I want to bring you all of the experts and help you on your OBM journey of business owners so you can understand everything that's happening in the industry and help guide your clients and also use it for your own businesses, which is so critical. So that being said, I am thrilled to introduce our guest today. This is the way that I would describe this woman. Not only is she the leading voice in AI for small business, I love that she goes beyond theory. There are a ton of AI enthusiasts out there who will read and have tinkered along like with the AI tools, and they know how to use it and they can train people on it. And that's fantastic. We love that too. But this woman was like, hey, this AI stuff is so cool. Oh, and by the way, I run a business and I think that I can use all of these AI tools to run my business more efficiently. And this woman took the tools that she taught herself how to use and saved her business. Y'all, drum roll, please. You will not believe $170,000. I'm going to repeat $170,000 by utilizing these AI tools. And with that, I can't think of a better way to introduce her. Susan Frew. Hello.
Hey, how are you? So good to be here.
Oh my gosh, you have no idea. And I'm going to say it again, like, I am just so in awe of how you took all these tools and made it happen in your business and then measured it and said, hey guys, guess what? This is the value that you can bring to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, we had a very real reason too. We needed to make big changes in our business, and the tools were there, and bam, just dove right in.
Yeah, which says so much because there's so many people who could be scared of it or wouldn't even know where to start or wouldn't dive in. So Susan, of course I have a bazillion questions for you. Tell us about your career journey and how you ended up where you are today.
Well, my background is in sales and in tech, and I started in tech a long time ago in New York City with AT&T Wireless, and I was eventually transferred to Denver, and then I was sent to Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and I was general manager for both countries
Wow.
for their launches of wireless products. And then I helped launch 137 markets in the US. And that was my world for a long time. And then when I left, I bought a business coaching franchise.
Okay.
And through that, I met my husband, and now we own a plumbing, heating, and air conditioning company. I personally am not very involved in the business anymore. I've certainly have stepped away significantly since the beginning of the year, but that was also part of this AI journey and massive amounts of change in a short amount of time.
Okay, so that rolls right into the next question is how, what, when, where, what, like, what was the problem that you were trying to solve that you're like, hey, I think AI could be a good solution for me? How did that go down?
Well, I had not been actively involved with the business for a few years, and I left the business in not the best way. I instead of like delegating effectively, which is how you're supposed to do that to be an absentee owner, I just sort of left. And that was not the best way to do it. And I realized that if I wanted to really step away from the business and to make it manageable, but for my husband and for others, I needed to systemize it. And that was really something that I needed to start with. And, I always say you have to go old school before you go new school with any technology. Yes, you need to figure out what is the problem in your company or your process, and then you can lay the AI over it.
Oh my gosh, y'all. I'm sure every online business manager listening to this is like, holy smokes, like, Susan, where have you been all my life? You're going to be on bumper stickers, the whole shebang. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, continue.
Because my background was in tech, I have always believed in using a technological solution before you do something manual. And I think that you need to humanize the exceptions and automate the regular tasks and things that you don't like to do. And that just makes you a lot more efficient. But what we did over the course of a week, I film this daily on LinkedIn. I went through every single one of our policies, procedures, processes, and every facet of the business and went old school with poster boards all the way around the room for an entire week with sticky notes. And all the people that belonged to those processes were invited to sit at the table. And once I had a very clear idea of what was broken, then we started to automate. Then we put all of that into a program called Traineal, which is an AI-assisted process manual. It's brilliant. I know that you know about it, Ashley. I know that you and your OBMs know about Traineal, and it's magic. It's fantastic. Then we just started layering on more and more and more and more AI, and the savings was fantastic.
So what I love about what you're saying and this exercise is Prowess has adopted this new way of suggesting that OBMs work with CEOs, where we start with an audit. And that's exactly what I heard you say, is getting into a room, all the poster board, and building out what are all the processes to understand where are things broken? Where are these things taking too much time? Where could 10 steps go down to 3 steps? And then you build your plan.
Yes, exactly. Otherwise, you're just throwing, a lot of money and subscriptions on things, and you're learning, look, let's learn this, and then let's learn that, and let's learn this, and nothing gets done.
That is absolutely right. Absolutely right. Okay, so you start adding things onto your systems, and then how did you get to, or what type of tools or roles within the business did you offload to get to 170 grand?
Well, so the Traineal, since we put that into place, we have only lost one employee, and that was for a very good reason. And the cost of acquisition of employees, training, bringing them on board, all of those things is, it's expensive. So that was number one.
Yes.
And we really started getting better results once everyone had the training in hand. Not everybody really wanted to do it. Some people had been there for a while. They didn't love it. But the way we set it up is you onboard through Gusto and then move over to Trainio. And then the rest of the things were really on the back end.
Yeah.
Because I did step away from the business. I work remotely from home. I don't ever go to the business anymore. But I have an AI bookkeeper that saved over $2,000 a month. And I built a CFO for the business using a custom chat GPT to a custom GPT. And I created a way to do a budget in, I don't know, 7 minutes. Super simple.
Yo, you hearing this? If like she replaced a CFO. Like, what? Amazing. Because you knew how to build a GPT.
I do. I taught myself how to do it. So I've built now 16 or 17 different ones, and I'm going to build some this afternoon as well. But I build them for different reasons. So think of them as little mini search engines. They are, customized to your particular area in the world. And in that customization, you then can create whatever you need. And for me, I used to spend an entire week doing the budget.
Sure.
So the way I built it is I put in all the key performance indicators of what I wanted to hit, all the goals and targets, right? Goals and targets have to come first. What the vision is, put it in there. And then I was able to take sort of blind data from QuickBooks. So you take the profit and loss statement, cash flow statement, balance sheet, cut it all out like it's a big jumble of numbers and throw it in there and ask it what exactly you want. Do you want to create the budget for the rest of the year? Do you want to create a budget for 2025 with the 20% increase? Do you want to save money? Where can you save money? Like all of that, just talk to it like it's an employee, like a really good employee. And then you have your CFO.
This is amazing. I can see Leah's, like, the wheels turning, and I can see it. I can see it. Okay, first, wow. So you have this now CFO who you can ask all of these questions to. You have the automated bookkeeper. Were there any other big services where you were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing?
Yes. So another big service was an answering service. So we were paying between $2,500 and $2,700 a month because it was running 24 hours. We don't do 24-hour service, but the answering service was running. So we moved over to an a specific industry program that had been trained a lot. I mean, it's still now learned us over this last year. However, we have now a really, really smart answering service that is AI. Her name is Lucy, and Lucy's about $500 to $600 a month. I'm seeing the, is there any concern about confidential data being uploaded into an AI engine? Well, yes, Kappa, there certainly is. However, that's why I say you want to take any financials and put them in a spreadsheet and just cut out the numbers. You don't put any identifying information in there, no account numbers, your name, zero. You just throw it in there and have it just analyze data. That's all you're doing. Don't put your regular stuff in there.
Don't put your company name. Don't put who you are. I mean, we sometimes will put like industry just to give it, hey, best practices in this industry. But beyond that, yeah, just plain numbers. I love that.
Yeah.
And y'all continue to ask questions too. I like I said, I have a ton, but I want to make sure that you guys get your questions answered too. Okay, so you have this service that is now also saving you $2,000+ a month. I'm curious. I love that you're remote with your business, and I love that the business that you're serving is, in a way, brick and mortar. Like it's not a remote business. There's so many OBMs who want to get into businesses that are brick and mortar and are truly remote. So I'm curious, did you have any issues with that because you are remote?
No, I mean, all of the technicians at the plumbing company side, they all operate on iPads, and we've always been sort of virtual anyway. But what we did, so another thing where we saved a lot of this money that we're talking about, is I just put a newsletter out today on LinkedIn. And this is something that we're going to continue to hear about. Search engine optimization and search for marketing is changing, and it's changing really fast. Google currently makes 180 billion with a B per year in revenue off of search. ChatGPT, OpenAI, the end of last week, came out with a new product that is a search engine inside of ChatGPT. So you can switch your search engine from away from Chrome or whatever, and you can use this now as your search engine. And it's free, and there's no ads. How long that's going to last, I don't know. However, that is what the catalyst was for us moving as well, because we were in one town and we had one name for a long time, but I had a domain for years that was called, where we do our business and what we do. And I switched everything over to that domain, and we were able to move our company into a much smaller space because we were remote, with an office, like a shared office space, but also some shared warehouse space in the back. And through using this new technique of search, we're now able to get a lot of lift on the search engine optimization side. Now, it was not without hiccups, because I took on all the marketing myself. I killed $7,000 a month in marketing, and I taught myself how to do search engine optimization. And I did not do it well in the beginning. I want to be very clear. Be super careful before you think you're going to do that on your own. Like, we had been in business for 14 years. And we basically, my husband had gotten very, very sick, and we closed the company that we had. And we used this new domain, and we started in a new town, a town right down the street. But this is what's happening now. The search rules are changing. There's huge lawsuits against Google for monopolizing search content all these years. And, it's going to be interesting to watch how to do that. But I did crash the website 3 times. And then I spent multiple nights up all night on the phone, on the Zoom with Bangladesh, with my freelancers trying to help me get the website back up. So be careful before you go and do that. Really know what you're doing.
I love this.
Don't fire anyone.
You can do it, but you may lose sleep. So I want to make sure that I understand, because your business was local, you found that it would be most advantageous to have in the URL city name, what you do.
Yep.
So I live in Austin. So it could be, if it was an HVAC company, it would be Austin HVACservices.com.
Yes.
Fascinating. And because of that, you saw a lift, even if your business name isn't Austin HVACs?
Yeah, I mean, because what's starting to happen now, and I listen to and study probably 8 to 10 hours a week on AI and trends and what's happening. So I knew this shift was coming.
Right.
I still haven't really, I'm getting better and better at figuring it out. And now with ChatGPT coming out with that search last week, that was really important. But any search engine, where you are and what you do, it is going to help you. And there's a lot of people saying now that you're not even going to need a website, because the search will just find you, and then you'll be able to connect on any which way. So who knows? I mean, I feel like that's probably far off, but it is something to keep your eyeballs on. Is it really necessary to have a $10,000 website? I don't know. Or is it better to have a basic website that you can be found really easy?
Well, if you're asking me, the latter. Wow. Okay. So did they give you, or have in your research, have you found any insights for companies who don't have a location? Because a lot of the companies that we work with, and definitely all these online business managers, they're remote.
Yeah. Well, see, now Google gives you a lot of heartburn about that as well,
Right.
because how do you get the little card of, how do you get that postcard that you must get to your address to verify it, or, so there's that.
Yes.
So I don't know where that's going to go. I
Okay.
haven't tried that yet.
Right. I was just curious.
However, yeah, I think that has to stop.
I do.
I think that people need to put enough pressure on Google to do it. And I understand why they do it. They want to have the integrity of where you're located. And I think that's more important, though, for brick and mortar, and that, you're a business that does blank and they want to verify that you're real. I can understand that.
I can, right.
But I definitely think it's changing.
Wow, this is so fascinating. Okay, so switching gears a little bit, aside from the URL, what are some top things that OBMs should be aware of or start looking into that can deeply affect businesses? I love the SEO one. That is such a good one in the URL. What are some other things?
Here's something. Let's talk about social media. And I feel like OBMs will probably spend some time doing social media for clients. Is that right?
Yes.
And so I think that you really need to understand how much of your content can and should be AI generated, because you're going to get dinged for it a little bit, and sometimes in places that's already happening. And Google is going to continue to ding content that's 100% AI generated too, because once again, this same little war that's happening is going to continue. So you want to make sure that if you are writing content for folks, that you can run it through a humanizer, run it through Grammarly. This is my number one AI tool right here, is my microphone, because I speak what I want it to say. And then I put it into AI and I ask it to clean it up or make it more professional or make it longer, shorter, whatever. But then it's still my voice. And then I also have my AI trained very specifically for my voice, how I communicate in the world. So it gets to know me. But there are ways for you to run it through humanizers, because it's really easy to just let the AI do all the work, but it's going to hurt. So you're going to have to put the human spin on it.
Humanizer. That is such a good idea that I hadn't really considered. I'd heard of them, but I hadn't really thought about exploring them any further. Huh. That's a great idea.
If you have the paid version of ChatGPT and you go into explore the GPTs, just put in the word humanizer and a whole bunch of them will come up.
Oh.
But Grammarly has one built into it. So it will give you a score of how much it identifies on AI. Now, granted, it's not always right, like all AIs,
Sure.
but it does kind of give you some of them, you throw it in there. We smell AI everywhere on this thing. So
it's funny that you say that, because we, in our GPTs, I have put specifically never use Game Changer. I can't stand when I see Game Changer. I'm like, it reeks of AI.
Or thrilled.
Ooh, that's another one. Yeah, we need to add that one to our absolutely no list. Okay. Ooh, these are good. Okay. Aside from content and SEO, any other big things that we should be on the watch out? And otherwise, we'll move on to other questions.
So with regard to some bookkeeping, so I talked to you about the budgeting part, but on the real actual bookkeeping portion of it, there's a program that I use called Bookie, BOOKE.ai. And it's really designed for someone who has multiple accounts that they are managing out there as a bookkeeper. So if you've got 10 clients on the platform, and I'm managing multiple businesses here, that's why I have it. But if I'm looking through your books, Ashley, and I see something and I don't know what it is, I can send you a text right out of Bookie and ask you. Also, what it does is it reconciles the bank statements and the transactions daily. So at the end of the month, you can spend a whole lot less money by just having someone review as opposed to like going through and recategorizing and changing everything.
Y'all, you know what I just heard? That you could possibly add bookkeeping as another service in your OBM suite, because I mean,
Huge.
that is crazy. Wow.
Yeah, it links to QuickBooks Online.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow. Okay, quick question. When you say AI, do you use ChatGPT? I have used voice function and I love it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think what Vesna is asking is specifically with the you use ChatGPT with your microphone, and that's how you're doing that or writing.
Yeah, I use it for all of them. So even if I'm doing writing something on Google Docs, or I'm writing something in Google or anywhere, I use my microphone so it sounds like me. And then if it has an AI built-in area, then I will have it like correct me, make it longer, make it more interesting, make it more conservative. Whatever my audience is, I will just ask it. But I use this for all.
Ah, I love it. This is more of a personal question that I'm very curious about. I have read a ton about how AI, there is a worry about AI being trained with the male perspective predominantly. And the female perspective is getting less prevalent because typically women use AI less, is what the data is showing. Have you looked into that at all, or seen any of that, or heard any of that? I'm just curious because you're out in the AI world so much.
No, but I do know that my demographic, I am not a young man from Silicon Valley speaking on big stages. So I'm sort of a novelty. Honestly, I really have been a person who's always worked in a man's world.
Yep.
Always. And I just really power through all that nonsense. Like I just go and do, and just be the very, very best I can possibly be, and take that stuff off the table. I don't even want to, it's like, talk to the hand, I'm the expert, and here I am. And let's take, my background, my generation, my everything off the table. And I think that when you really know your stuff, that you just start speaking and you start owning it and owning your space, and you're just going to be out there. With regard to like training the GPTs though, or the AI on the back end, male, female, it's just scraping information from history basically at this point,
right,
up until now. So whatever is out there, which a lot of it is male generated, is going to become transparent. So we need to just start putting our voices in there as quickly and as often as we possibly can.
I love that. That is extremely powerful. And yeah. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, I could go on a whole other thing about that. So I'm curious, your current business, you've added all of this AI, and we ask all of our people who join us, what current operation challenges are you having in your business that you're currently like working through?
Without me there, sometimes there's like a budgeting balancing challenge, right? So yeah. What I'm always trying to work on is setting up processes and procedures that empower employees to be able to spend so much without my oversight, and then I have to get in on certain things. Like I just changed one thing. We were giving away too many refunds, and I'm like, what's going on here? And it turned out that we were having trouble with the field software, and and I fixed it, but it wasn't something that one of my employees picked up on. But I can see it because I'm basically the CFO on the back end, and I can see all of this activity going on. I'm like, what's happening here? But I would suggest to anyone, you need to be looking at your business financials every single month and tying them to goals, so that you know exactly if something starts going off course. You don't wait till the end of the year and go, oh, look at that problem.
Absolutely, especially as online business managers, your own for sure, but then also your clients. Like I would look at that probably weekly because the clients are going to come looking at you being like, wait, I thought you had your eye on this. Why am I
Yes.
finding this out 3 weeks later?
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
that is a very, very, very good point. Okay. So, well, first questions from the audience, put them into chat. I don't think I have missed any yet. So if there is one area of ChatGPT or ChatGPT or AI or all the tools that you would suggest our online business managers really brush up on and really get good at, what would that be?
Which application?
It could be either an application, or it could be a feature, or it could be like, where do you see the most powerful aspect of AI being now that our OBMs can utilize in their own business and their clients?
So one thing I would really suggest, and I suggest this for everyone, is if you're looking to streamline or you're looking to make more efficiencies for the next week, start jotting down things that you feel are a time suck or they're taking you away from your genius. Because when you're in your zone and you're in your genius, you could just get stuff done, boy. And you are just knocking things out and taking names and off you go. And when that flow is what gets interrupted by tasks that you do not enjoy doing, that you dislike. So start writing down the things that you dislike. And then there is a website that I love, which is called There's an AI for That. www.there'sanai4that.com right now, and it changes every day. It's got over 18,000 different AIs in there, and you can just type in like, I need an AI to tell me about dog walking, like whatever it is, and any ideas that will in that category will come up, and then you can see how many people have used them, which is indicating if it's been around for a while. Did they just cook this up last night? Is it getting good reviews? What have you? So that people can sort of review it, like Yelp for AI. And that has been really helpful to me. Another tool that I love is a program called Chat Hub. Now, make sure you go chathub.gg, because what I've been told by people in a program similar to this, that chathub.com is a porn site. That is not the one. Do not. You open up the porn site. It's not what I told you.
It's not on me.
No. Yes, if your children are in the room, make sure you got the .gg. But it's a Chrome extension. And so what it does is all of the top level AIs are all in one program. So you've got the high level ChatGPT, paid Perplexity, you've got Facebook, so you've got Meta in there, Llama, you've got Gemini for Google, you've got Copilot, every single one, all of the high end ones, all of the paid, for $19 a month for all of them.
What?
Do you want to see it?
Of course.
All right, here, let me see. Here, I'll show you. All right, we're going to go to, what are we presenting? Share screen. Okay, yay. All right. Oh, I don't know what screen. Oh, here it is. It's going to show me what screen. I'm not familiar with this platform. Okay, so here we have, so here's all the GPTs that you could possibly have in here. And they have all of them. So if we click this Pro here, these are, oh, it's not going to let me do it. So it's got all of the AIs. So it's got like 30 different ones in there that you can pick. And they're all the top versions. So you can see all the versions here. And so I've got ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Perplexity, Gemini's Google, Perplexity, Bing, and Llama. So what would be a prompt that you would use on a regular basis?
Write me a LinkedIn message that explains the value that an online business manager brings to a small business CEO.
And the value to a SMB CEO. All right.
Perfect.
Boom. Now watch this. Is everybody holding on their hats? Y'all sitting down? Look at this.
I'm excited. Oh my gosh.
Can you even?
Oh my gosh.
That's not on there. It's like, yeah, I've been using this. Like, is this the bomb.com? So in here, right? So this, I have 6. Some people have told me they're a little overwhelmed by the 6, but the reason that I like it is I want to see which one gives me the best response. And and some of them, like Claude, will not give you a download. Like you can't download out of there. But some of the other ones you can. Llama, I don't think you can, but it will give you like, here, paste this. It will give you code. Sometimes it will. And then this way you can evaluate which one is best. And I will ask a question to the group. Out of all the ones that you see here, now Llama is Facebook. Which ones do you think you get the best result from almost every time?
Put it in the chat. Which one do you think you get the best results at? Don't be shy. Which one?
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you mine. So interestingly, Copilot. Okay. Interestingly, what I have been noticing consistently is that Llama and Gemini, so Facebook and Google, are giving me the best results. And I'm like, well, isn't that interesting? Christiane says ChatGPT, Gemini, or Llama. Hallie, you're right. And the reason why is because they have the most data on you. So every single time that you save time and log in with your Facebook login and your Google login, they are getting information from you. So they're, that's going to be the ones for sure that have the most, the best information because they have the most data. And that's who's going to win this AI race to the top of all of these companies. The people who have the most data is the ones that win now.
Totally.
Yeah. So isn't that cool? That's my favorite one because this way you get to see all of them in one place and you can, and then, especially if it's one that you are not sure, you're like, this sounds fishy. This way you can throw it in there and see. And if they all come back with the same response, then chances are it's pretty correct.
That's really interesting because I have never once used Llama or is that what it's called? Llama and Gemini? Never once.
Yep. Yeah. So Llama, not like the animal llama. It's a large language model that Meta created a long time ago because Meta has actually been using a lot of AI in the background for a long time. And so is Google. So is a lot of people.
But it hasn't been open to the public like this yet. Wow.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Okay, Susan, I mean, I could talk to you forever. We didn't even get into what you're doing now and how you're like doing all of this amazing training and speaking. Tell us, like, what has come out of all of this for you and where are you sharing your brilliance with everyone?
Well, I don't know about the brilliance part. However, I like to say that I am an AI tour guide. And one of my audience members said to me a couple months ago, he's like, it seems like you just sit there and click around and mess around with this stuff all day long. Out of like, yes, I do. So this way I can teach you not to do that. But I believe that AI is really like riding a bicycle up that big hard hill. And I hate to like use an overused analogy, but it is because you need to put a lot of work in the beginning. And then you can start seeing like, now I'm getting this. Now I can see how I'm more productive and I am in my zone of genius and I'm making more of an impact in the world. All of those things that you want to be doing and not goofing around, sending out emails and creating your social content for the next month. Like do it in 5 minutes. It's so much better. But yeah.
Well,
But my, yeah,
go ahead.
okay.
No. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I never know when to stop talking. I'm an Italian woman from New Jersey. Like, I just keep going. So, but
I love it.
one of the things that I do, and I'm a professional speaker, and I have been for a long time. So I love speaking at conferences, and I love teaching people about this AI and seeing the lights go on and be like, wow, I can do this. And that's really what my message is. I'm your tour guide. If I can do this, you can do it. Come with me. Like, let's just walk along and I will show you how it works, and we'll do it together, one step at a time.
Y'all, I have had the pleasure of seeing Susan speak in real life, and it was so incredibly inspiring. What I loved about being in the audience that day is I could see what other people were writing on their like computers as they were taking notes, and it was everything from Susan is a genius to, oh my gosh, this is, and I promise you, this is such a well-crafted, funny, empowering, and useful presentation. It would, like, Susan, I really want you to know that you have a true gift, and the message that you're spreading is something that we all really need to hear. So I'm forever grateful for you.
Oh, well, thank you, Ashley. It's interesting because I never get to do a presentation like that in front of people I know. It's usually strangers. So it was pretty exciting and also a little terrifying to do that in front of people that you know, because you sort of feel like, oh my gosh, am I terrible? So thank you so much for that. I appreciate the feedback.
Knocked it out of the park. So if you guys know people who want speakers on AI, I will say this again, where Susan's brilliance, and I'm overusing that word, but it's just what's coming to mind, is she ties in her personal story. She ties in how to practically use this stuff and gives you so many tools that you can then hop on or bookmark right away and then start using in your business to start saving money, saving time, and staying in your zone of genius. Y'all, if you're looking for an expert in here, look no further. Also, highly recommend you check out Susan on LinkedIn. Add that little, like, the little, bell where you get all of her
notifications.
Yes, notifications. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. And then also you just launched a podcast. Is that right?
Yes. Compete on Awesome with AI. I'm not as regular as you are, but I'm getting there. Hey. And I just hired my own OBM.
Congrats!
Somebody from the speaker world. And we're gonna get a little bit more clear on that.
Oh, I love it. Thank you, Susan. Again, I put your website in the chat. Is there anything else that you would love to share with this audience? Just like one way to sum it up, or anything to leave them with?
Yes. Keep looking for ways to innovate, and also help your clients, because you can really be an amazing support. People are scared. There's people who are scared they're going to lose their job. People are afraid their businesses could be impacted significantly. And truth, some of them will. But if they have you riding shotgun, helping them to show them new ways to do things faster, quicker, less expensive, teaching them to compete on Awesome with AI, you are going to be the most valuable asset they have, and become that person. You have the opportunity. So keep learning, listen to the podcast, watch the videos, take the time to learn, and be the tour guide for your customers, because they need you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And OBMs out there, if you're curious more about AI, let us know. We do a ton on AI. And if you're wanting more of this, like we would love to. I would say like Leah is a little mini version of Susan. She loves digging in there and finding all the tools and how it can help and how it can save us money and how it can help. I think most importantly, keep us in our zone of genius, because that's why we all started businesses anyway, because we found a problem that we had or something that we loved doing, and we want to keep doing it. So again, thank you so much, Susan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And until next time, y'all, see you next week.